As we work in remote and hybrid team environments, it is becoming more and more important for us to find ways to genuinely connect with each other and get to know each other better. Why is that important? It helps us build empathy, build trust over time, and leads to high-performing teams. Also, it makes the workplace just more pleasant if we better understand each other. In this video, I'll share 10 team-building ideas that I have used in my past to help my teams build genuine connections with each other. And you can use these too. For each activity, I've included the relative cost of the activity, represented by $1 sign, $2 signs, or $3 signs. This will vary based on the location and when you're viewing this video. I've also included the duration of this activity, whether it be from a few minutes to a couple of hours. I've included the number of attendees that this activity can include. Also, the relative timing of this activity. That is, when is it best to do this activity based on my experience, whether it be beginning of the project, during the project, or at the end of the project. But you'll know best since you're closer to your team. Activity number 1, virtual escape room. In case you haven't heard about these, you come together as a team and solve a series of puzzles, eventually trying to escape a room or solve a murder mystery or something along those lines. It can really help highlight strengths that we may not have known of or seen in day-to-day work. For example, this person is really good at leadership. This person is a great communicator. This person is an excellent problem solver. So I would recommend doing this activity probably towards the beginning of the project because it can increase the awareness of each other's strengths. Cost, $1 sign. Number of attendees, 5 to 8 per game. Time required, 60 to 90 minutes. Activity number 2, virtual paint night. This is really cool because you get to see each other's creative and artistic side. The service you work with will send you everything that you need. You'll get paints, easel, canvas, paintbrushes, a palette, and you'll have an instructor over video conference telling you exactly what you need to do. The best part is you get to keep your creation. I'll show you mine. In terms of timing, I would recommend doing this towards the beginning of a project. Cost, $2 signs. May increase if you include drinks. Number of attendees. The service that you work with will share a minimum to max number of people that they can accommodate. I've done it with up to 30 people. Time required, 60 to 90 minutes. Activity number 3, icebreakers. The idea here is to take a few minutes at the beginning of a meeting and share a fun prompt. For example, who is your favorite superhero and why? And then wait for your attendees to share their answers. As the number of attendees scales, then you can use breakout rooms of 2 to 4 people and have them share their answers amongst each other and get to know each other better. If you'd like ideas on icebreaker questions that you can ask and more details on how to facilitate this meeting, you can check out my video here. In terms of timing, I would recommend doing the icebreakers activity towards the beginning of a project, but I have used it during as well. And especially when new team members join, I've used new icebreakers every single time so we all get to know each other better. Cost, $0. Number of attendees, up to 100. Time required, 5 to 15 minutes. Activity number 4, treasure hunt. Find certain objects in your home and share their significance. The facilitator will need to come up with prompts beforehand, or they can outsource this to another company. Here's an example of a prompt. Find one of your favorite books and share why it's your favorite. Also share one of your favorite quotes from it. For example, I'll talk about 4 agreements. This is topic for another video. As per timing, you may want to do this a couple of months into the project, where the team members know a little about each other and may be more comfortable opening up and being vulnerable. Cost, $0 if you do it yourself, or $1 sign if you use a service. Number of attendees, up to 20. Time required, 5 to 30 minutes if you choose to do multiple prompts. Activity number 5, cooking with your team. This is a great chance to bond over food, even if you're not as proficient in cooking. The service you work with will send you all the ingredients that you need, and a chef will guide you step by step over video conferencing. A leader at my last company organized this event for us, and I got to learn how to make sushi. Ever since then, I've been honing my craft. Here's a quick picture. As per timing, I suggest doing this towards the end of a project because it can count as a celebration, but you can do this at any time. Cost, $3 signs. Number of attendees, up to 15. Again, the service that you work with will share the minimum to max number of people that they can accommodate. Time required, 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Quick note, make sure to ask your team members if they have any dietary needs or restrictions, then work with the service to accommodate them. If the service cannot accommodate them, try to find a new service that can. If you're liking this video so far, smash that like button. It'll help surface the video to others. Also, consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't yet. It'll mean a lot. Okay, back to the team building activities. Activity number 6, ordering takeout. You can still bond over food, but without any of the cooking or cleaning. One idea here is to pre-order gift cards for a meal delivery service and make sure everyone gets their codes, or you can ask people to pick up their own meals and expense it later. What I've done in the past is the latter, and then we all got on a video call and hung out and chatted. Video was optional because people were eating lunch. Cost, $1 to $2 depending on your company budget. Whatever your company limit is, make sure everyone knows as well. Number of attendees, up to 15. You can do it with more than 15 people, it'll just be less intimate. Time required, 30 minutes to 1.5 hours. Activity number 7, video games. I had to bring up video games because I worked in the game industry for most of my career. They can be fun, challenging, and a great team building activity. One example of a game that you can use are the Jackbox party games. They have a relatively low barrier to entry. You only need to install it on one device, and it's accessible from any other device that has a web browser. I would recommend doing this at the beginning of a project or during a project. Again, it can really surface people's strengths like leadership and problem solving. And it's just really fun. Cost, $1. Number of attendees, 2 to 8, depending on the game. Time required, 10 minutes to an hour. In my experience, though the games are really fun, I notice people wanting to get back to work after 1 hour. Activity number 8, build your own succulent arrangement. You get to learn more about plants, engage your creative side, arrange them any way that you like, and you get a cool desk buddy. Again, the company that you work with will send you everything that you need and guide you over a video conference. Since this is usually pricier, I suggest doing this towards the end of a milestone or towards the end of a project. Cost, $2. Number of attendees, up to 15. Again, the service you work with will share their minimum and maximum number of how many people they can accommodate. Time required, 1 to 2 hours. Activity number 9, team hangout and chat. Food and beverage are optional. Here the idea is that there are no topics and no agenda. The conversation can flow wherever it wants to. I found out some really cool facts about my engineers through this experience. One was really into real estate investment. Another had the original Star Wars cards collectibles. 2 of them were into home improvement. So when my toilet broke down, I knew exactly who to ask for advice, in addition to watching YouTube tutorials. As per timing, I did this with my team every 2 weeks for 45 minutes. Cost, $0. Number of attendees, up to 15. Time required, 30 minutes to an hour. Activity number 10, a group meditation session. This is a great way to pause, relax, and enjoy the present moment as a team. You can find an instructor to teach you online over video conference, or you can find a free meditation session online. After the session, if people are comfortable sharing, you can ask them to share a word describing how that session made them feel. Cost, $0 if you find a free meditation session online, or $1 if you outsource this to an instructor. Number of attendees, up to 20 people. Time required, 15 minutes. So how do we make these activities not something that people cringe at or feel forced to do, but are excited to do? You can involve them in the planning process. So first step, you can brainstorm together of activities that your team might be interested in doing. Second step, send out a survey with all those activities and ask people to vote whether that's something they're interested in, maybe interested in, or definitely not interested in. You can take the activity with the highest votes and roll with that. I also suggest making the activity optional, so no one feels forced to attend. Make sure you're accounting for time zone differences as well, so this way no one is excluded from the process. Lastly, book the meeting during the workday itself. This way people don't need to choose between personal or family time and work time. Which of these team building activities will work best for your virtual team? Let me know by adding it in the comment section below. Or you can share an idea that I may have missed. Consider sharing this video with someone else who may find it helpful as well. And if you like this video and are looking for more ideas of fun things to do with your team, check out this video.